Question that I get sometimes is during the summer, what do I do in my free time? And I'm going to make this a little bit of a quick video here. And when the time is summer and not school time, I usually have a lot of options to do. Since my parents are not overly strict and do not have a curfew time because they themselves are addicted to TV dramas late at night and they don't care that much since I'm a third younger kid and the last one born, so to speak. All my other siblings are grown up, so I don't think they would technically have time to try to police me around. But my parents, fortunately, are from another country, unlike American born parents, so they don't hold the same beliefs as American parents do today. So they're kind of like that laid back 90s parents, to be practical there. So what they mean is be back before the criminals come out, so to speak. I have that freedom like a free range teenager. So most of the time I spend my time going from places, traveling miles away to heading down to the park. And I use that free time to talk to random people, practice sports such as volleyball or baseball or basketball, depending on what I have with me. And free range is defined that anytime, once I tell my parents and leave a location, can go anywhere. Travel 10 miles to eat at some random restaurants or travel 2 feet away from the doorstep. So whenever and I don't have many physical friends since I did fail that mission that I had in sophomore year to find people to hang out with after school. So I spend my time practicing baseball or just talking to a bunch of random people. The exploration is nice for my own research and social development there, but I wish I did have one to speak with, to walk with most of the time now. But even today, a kid complimented me on my baseball pitches for making a good throw because he recently learned the common pitches that all baseball players use, and on my baseball practice, I do that. And I didn't have luck when it comes to people though in the last 2 days finding people my age specifically to speak with because it was mostly adults watching over their kids and old adults. And in a library, mostly adults out there. So I don't mind talking to them. There's a few opportunities. There was one person who was walking their dog. They were my age, but I should have broken my friend, spoke to them, but sadly I was not able to. But not much luck in this summer heat. A lot of people are staying in for this time. But I know a lot of my teens my age would definitely envy that structural freedom that I would have, but there isn't much to do unless you bring your own activity or hang out in the playground. I know one of my crazy friends is one of a chaotic boyfriend group asked me, "Will you find yourself a girlfriend when walking around?" And my answer, kind of chuckle to that question, and like their group is crazy in the worst ways possible, but they get answers out. So my answer to that is maybe. I mean, I have no idea if I truly change the goalpost from talking to random people to let's go find a special person. I say it's not impossible, but rather the turnover rates of people at a given street, park, library, or any third space at some random store really depend. One might be lucky, one might be not. So I have no idea. The social factors too in the modern age are that not many teenagers out there exactly walk alone, so to speak, especially with the fears of the boogeyman or kidnapping as amplified on the web today, even though it's not that common depending where you live in, especially with urbanization and the changing society and all. So people, regardless of gender, tend to be more careful today than pre 2000s levels. And well, I can't talk to anyone random. The conditions to that question I would answer is like, really depend on who it is and would know where they come from at the same time and what they believe. Other than walking, I also edit videos and use online social media, but not as often. And I also go out because this is like the only age up to adulthood where I can just go up and talk to random people from my age without social punishment or looking twice. If I was a 50-year-old man doing this, I'd be looked at with a second eye, for example. So, I mean, at this age I am now, that means at a park, I can ask some young baseball kids to help me bat or help me pitch as I practice baseball. Or at a library, I can talk to people my age without being looked at twice, for example. And learn a lot of life lessons from older people. And let's also satisfy that need at that same time. To also find a friend or find a group to hang out with to make life a little less difficult beyond the editing and beyond everything else. In baseball metaphor, think of every conversation as some friend support for the next conversation over, whether that is tomorrow or next year. The basic pitches that I would have in social conversation that I might throw are slowly improved by talking exposure. And then eventually, so next year in baseball metaphor, in the next school year, I'll be somewhat prepared to approach a friend group. And when the moment comes to someone important, a future friend, someone special, a good partner, once I'm at that batting mound, after all of that little social training, we'll hit a home run, we'll hit a ground ball, but when it is most needed.